My sister did not deserve to die. Not to be murdered like that so brutally. She did not deserve that.
She was just beginning to rebuild her life, a young mother full of warmth, laughter, and the will to survive. But one man couldn't stand to see her move on. In the early hours of that morning, peace was shattered by violence, and the city of Minneapolis lost another woman to domestic abuse. This is the story of Mariah Rosanna Samuels, a tragedy that sparked outrage, grief, and a call for change. To those who knew her, Mariah Rosanna Samuels wasn't just another name in the news. She was a 34-year-old woman described as compassionate, funny, and deeply loyal to the people she loved. Friends called her a light in dark times. She was a mother, a sister, and a daughter, working hard to build a better future for herself and her family. But beneath that hopeful exterior was a reality she couldn't easily escape. Mariah had been in a relationship that started with love, but slowly turned into control, fear, and violence. Police records and family statements later revealed that she had filed multiple restraining orders against her ex-boyfriend, the same man who would eventually take her life. But like so many victims of domestic violence, her cries for help came too late. Mariah's relationship with her ex-partner had deteriorated long before the murder. Neighbors recalled shouting matches, the sound of things breaking, and repeated visits from police. Friends said Mariah tried to end the relationship multiple times, but her abuser refused to let go, stalking her, calling relentlessly, and showing up at her job uninvited. At one point, Mariah moved into a new home in North Minneapolis, hoping distance would bring safety. She had even told close friends she was afraid for her life. According to a family member, she was doing everything right. She got the restraining order. She changed her locks. She even changed her number. But paper can't stop bullets. Those words would soon echo across social media, becoming the haunting phrase that defined her story. On that tragic night, Mariah was returning home after spending time with family. It was late, the street quiet, the air still. As she approached her house, witnesses reported hearing shouting, followed by a series of gunshots. Police later confirmed Mariah had been shot multiple times. Some reports say up to 10 rounds were fired at close range. The suspect fled the scene immediately. Paramedics rushed to the location, but despite their efforts, Mariah was pronounced dead shortly after arrival at the hospital. The man responsible, her former boyfriend, was captured after a brief manhunt and taken into custody. Authorities described the killing as an execution-style attack. For her family, it was the moment their worst fears became real. For the city, it was another reminder of a crisis that too often ends in silence. In the days that followed, the community came together to mourn Mariah's life. Candlelight vigils were held across Minneapolis. Friends, neighbors, and activists gathering to demand justice. At one vigil, her mother spoke through tears, saying, "She didn't deserve this. She just wanted to live." Balloons filled the night sky.
I couldn't believe it was her. I couldn't believe he could take her away from us like this. I couldn't believe that he could be so evil. I never knew somebody could shoot somebody 10 times. Somebody so beautiful, somebody so kind.
Mariah was granted an order of protection last month to keep David away.
She took every step to make sure that she did things right.
Simone says she never imagined this would happen to her sister.
I could never think that I was going to wake up and get that phone call from my dad telling me I would never see her again.
Her family says Mariah loved animals and owned a dog grooming business, but she loved her 2 sons and family more.
Local organizations used Mariah's death to reignite conversations about the failure of restraining orders, delayed police response, and the lack of immediate protection for victims trying to escape abusive relationships. News outlets across Minnesota covered the story, highlighting the systemic gaps that continue to place women in danger. For many, Mariah's story wasn't just about one woman. It was about the countless others who never got the chance to be heard. The phrase "paper can't stop bullets" quickly spread beyond Minneapolis. Domestic violence advocates and survivors adopted it as a slogan, a painful truth captured in 5 words. Social media became a memorial, filled with messages, artwork, and tributes to Mariah. For them, this fight isn't over. It's the beginning of something bigger, a demand for a system that truly listens before it's too late. Today, Mariah Rosanna Samuels is remembered not just as a victim, but as a symbol of courage. Her story is a wake-up call for every community, every household, and every system that promises safety but often delivers tragedy. Her family still visits the spot where she took her last breath, leaving flowers, candles, and photos, reminders of the love she gave so freely. One family member said it best: Mariah didn't die in vain. Her story is going to save someone else's life. Mariah Rosanna Samuels should have been protected. Instead, she became another headline in a growing epidemic of domestic violence. Her story reminds us that change doesn't start in the courts. It starts with awareness, with listening, and with believing victims when they say they're not safe. I made this video to honor Mariah's memory and to give her story the reach it deserves. If you found this piece important, consider sharing it, and check out my other documentaries covering similar cases. Until next time. This is Caught in the Web, and this was the Mariah Rosanna Samuels story.